Hello, hello. Who's here? Hello, Remy. Hello, Marilyn. How was your week? Who's here? Who's watching? Let me know in the comments so I can say hi to you. Yep, here I am. Me. Anything exciting happening at your house? Anything cool? Anything you want to share? For my part, I started sowing some seeds of the garden. So the normal growing, um, the normal growing zone. So I started with celery seeds. I did an experiment, 2 experiments, because I've always had a hard time getting my seeds to germinate. So I just decided I was going to do like fun experiment with 2 of the varieties that I normally grow. So the pink Chinese Baker Creek seeds, that's one of them that I used. And the second one was the Tango. And I filmed all of that. And I just need to edit it. It's probably going to come out this week. And then part 2 is going to be the overall experience, how I felt, what I preferred, and what I will redo, or if I hated all of it. So it will come out soon. But since it takes like about 21 days to germinate, I have no idea when the second part will come out. They need to germinate first. The amazing, the splendid, I hope there's only one of me. Hello, Wendy from Nova Scotia. Hello, Jody. I love your profile picture. I saw a friend who came from Belgium this weekend, and it was nice to see her. Nice! It's always fun to have people visiting. Did I miss anyone? I don't think I did. No, I said hi to everyone. So other than that, I sold the celery seed, filmed the experience, all of it. And then I started with cleaning the rest of my growing equipment. Hello, Tracy. And I still have lots to do. I still have to do the setup of my lights. I'm a bit behind this year. I'm normally all ready with my lights set up and all that in January. But now I have three shelves installed, and on 3 shelves, they're probably going to be maxed out by the end of this week, because I started sowing my onions. I am almost finished showing my high tunnel experience, experiment that I'm doing. I sowed some cilantro for the tunnel. Tomorrow I'm going to be sowing the rest of my onions, green onions, and shallots. I don't remember if I said hi. Hi, Tracy. There will be a relaxed Wednesday. Yay! I love those videos. I love to listen to the ocean, and then you can almost feel like the crisp of the air being cold, but then the waves, and you can almost smell the salt from the water. I think I saw a lemon balm today. I sowed it last week. Nice. I still have to sow my rhubarb. I think next week or after that, I have to my alpine yellow raspberry plants. Seeds can be planted. It was a stratification of 30 days. I started my stratification of my fireweed, lavender. What else did I do? So fireweed, lavender, and blue vervain. It's a verveine bleu. So it's probably blue vervain. I hope I'm saying it right. So I started the stratification. One of them is 15 days. The second is 30 days. And the third, the fireweed, is, I think it's 90 days of stratification. Verberna. So it's blue Verberna. I bought the seeds from Jardin Les Communes, and there's stratification involved. I also have to sow my leeks. I found seeds. Are you talking about me? I saw, I am interested in the post you made, Marilyn, about the seeds from the Incredible Seed Company. But I was reading the stratification. Like, there's one that I'm really interested in. It's the high bush cranberries, and it's a stratification period of 1 year. So you have to wet them for 24 hours, warm stratification, and then for 90 days or 6 months. And then it's cold stratification for another period of 6 months. And then you're going to have high bush cranberries. So I'm not sure if I'm going to get the high bush, but the low bush cranberries, I might do that. Hello, Buttercup Fern. I keep forgetting your name. What is your first name? So right now in my cart, like I started just before I was doing dinner, I have 3 items in my cart. And free shipping, I need like 1 more. I need to decide if I'm going to do the high bush cranberries, because I think what I could do is sow the seeds in the tunnel in the spring, make sure that it's moist all summer long, and then let it freeze in the tunnel all winter long, and then bring it outside in the spring. And it said it's going to take, in the next spring, it would germinate. Because from the description and all the videos I'm seeing of high bush cranberries and low bush cranberries, I am very much interested. I did get a gift from 3 canes. I don't know if that's what you call them, from goji berries. But I'm not sure if they will survive. So this is the second winter I have them, but they're not doing much. So I'm interested in that. But I don't know. I'm at $22.96. And there's like that $25 prior to shipping, and I need to do others. I don't know. I'm thinking about that. If I do it, I'm probably gonna do it. I need to think about it if I'm gonna do it tonight or tomorrow morning. Who did I miss? Who did I miss? Hello, Sweeney Creek Farm. Good day, everyone. What do you think of the new logo? I love the colors you chose and the writing. Like the font, it's really nice. I'm guessing it's a barn. It's really small on my screen, but it looks really nice. Remy's live this morning talked about you wanted fireweed seeds. Yeah, I bought some. We want to create this wild environment in the back of our property. It's not that exposed to the sun. So I don't know if fireweed can be neglected that much, but having like those wildflowers like poppies, fireweed, high bush cranberries, and like let it overgrow for a couple of seasons and then like make a path through it. So it would welcome all the beneficial insect feed me, medicinal plants, chamomile, daisies, poppies, and all of that. And at least part of the land would be used, because right now it's just there. We need to cut the grass. So I need to figure out how much of that space I'll be using up for that wild project we want to do. Or if we're not using that entire section, the limit of our land, like the back end of our land, we can just add, we need to remove some trees that have germinated there over the years and we kind of neglected it. Add a compost, maybe of 24 inches, 30 inches, and just like put some goji berries, blueberries, raspberries, and like whatever perennials that I want to add to create this like wild thing. We need to figure out. I have black raspberries here and they're fun. I prefer those than regular raspberries because there's less pests and they're the first one to come out. So if I remember, I have a lot of little babies every year. I could bring you a black raspberry plant, Remy, at the convention. I am thinking about the elderberry. That's the fourth possibility that I was going to go for. But I'm so scared to have elderberry here because from what I was reading, if you eat the whole thing, like it could give my kids diarrhea. But establishing an elderberry tree from seed, I am thinking it's probably going to take 3 years. So they're going to have to stay in pots for a long time. And we did talk about the possibility of restarting somewhere. So that would mean I would have to move a lot of pots, a lot of plants, a lot of mason jars. And if ever we do move this homestead, it's going to be a lot of logistics. Hello, Shoham. Welcome. Okay, so Karen, I'm going to try to remember. If I don't, it's nothing personal. I have a hard time remembering names. Hello, Jill. So, Marilyn says it looks good. It is simple. It says what it has to say. Same thing what Remy says. Same thing Tracy. Neglected, no problem. Yeah, well, I need those types of plants that is able to be neglected a little bit because like I only have 2 hands and there's so much things I can do within one day with the schedules that I have. Where did you find the fireweed seed? Trying to remember. It's my friend that found it. It was on a French website. Hold on. Let me see. Are you in Canada? Fireweed seeds. Etsy has some. I know I looked at the Latin name and then I put the Latin name in a couple of seed companies. Okay, I'm just going. I'm going to take 1 second to see. I think it's Le Jardin des Villageois. Let me see. I think that's it. Yeah, I think that's it. Wait. But I would have to find the name in French, if you understand French. Fireweed. Latin name. So, I think it's Epilobi. I would have to check. I don't want to keep you guys waiting. I don't even know if you would grow in my area. It always seems to be hardier areas in our farm. From what I understand, well, the people that I saw that was growing, it was in Alaska. I saw some in Vancouver. Um, yeah, don't forget the thumbs up. Every time you guys do a thumbs up, comment, it helps me by being projected on people that does not know me, like potential new viewers. What would be awesome? Because I did say a couple of things, and I'm a bit behind in comments. Okay, so let me try one last thing if I can find it. Fireweed, what's the name in English? Okay. I don't remember how I found it. But I'm almost sure that it was at Le Jardin des Villageois. I'm almost certain. I should check my seed package. Elderberry can be grown from cuttings. Yes, I read that. But finding cuttings is very hard. Well, if you eat too much blueberries, you'll get... Okay. I don't think I would ever eat too many blueberries, but good to know. You are welcome. Thank you. Thank you. I need shelf harvesting plants. I don't think they exist. Oh, so you're participating this year. So you sent in your application? Tracy? Okay, so fireweed. I saw the channel that I love in Alaska, Living Simple Alaska. She was harvesting the flowers, if my memory is correct, and she was doing a jelly. And she said it tasted exactly like Jolly Ranchers. I used to be a Jolly Rancher lover, but now because there's aspartame in it, I cannot eat it. So when she said that, I was like, I have to have it. Hello, Marcus Mustard. Hello, Patrick. I think I missed your hi. I don't know. I would never venture in weather projection because we have something here that we love to joke about. We have like fake spring, then winter's back, then real spring, and then winter 2.0, and then finally spring. So we have like middle sections of weather predictions. I would not... I think you got that right. Épilobe à feuilles étroites. Hold on. That name rings a bell. Let me see if I can find that. Epilogue. I remember seeing that name. Can I do search? Epilogue à petite fleur. Is that it? I'm not sure. It doesn't look like fireweed. If Annie from Mama Homemade would be here, she'd be able to answer me because she's the one that found the seeds for me. Okay. So, does that look like fireweed? I don't remember. Like the color seems fun, seems just, but I'm not certain. Epilobium. Is that what it's called in English? Epilobium? Mm-hmm. Okay, so now you're getting me. When I'm searching for something and I can't find it, it's driving me mad. Augustifolium. That's not, it doesn't sound like that. Epilobium. Okay. Hold on, I found it. Epilobium. That's the Latin name. Angustifolium. Let's see if that's what it is. No, it's not the same. Okay. Epilobium. Bear with me, bear with me. If I can find this for you. Found it. Okay, so it is what it so in French, if you do speak French, this is what it's called. Épilobe à feuille étroite. And I found it here. Yep. I hope you can see. So this is where I found it. And this is a Quebec company. I hope this helps. Thanks for your patience. I'd be surprised if there is a quick warm up and milk. Who knows? Well, we had that almost 2 weeks ago. We had over freezing temperatures. It was melting during the day and then freezing at night. Quite dangerous in the morning. Because every time I would walk out with the dog, I would almost slip on the stairs. And I was almost close to taking out my sapping stuff and putting them on my trees, and then the frost came back, and now it's pretty cold. But I was told that it's getting warmer this week. Yes, Eastern Ontario, equidistant between South, MU Acres, Hickory Croft, and Bucket List Homestead. Okay, so you are in Ontario. So if you speak French, you could find the seeds there. Please write it down somewhere I can see it. Hubby is Quebec born. I think I got a message from Remy. He said he wrote it in the description below. I'll try to find it and highlight it. Yeah, well, I never trust the weather. I know that we do need to trust some of it because when I transplant outside, I always check like the next forecast of like 2 weeks. But I know that it could, like, with a brush of the wind, everything can change. Firewood is boreal species that sprouts after a fire, hence the name. Awesome! I hope you get picked. I have 2 online orders done. I think 2 more to go. Nice. I'm not supposed to be ordering any seeds, and yet I placed like 5 small orders, and now I am more focused on ordering tools. My first order of tools, mine and my father's, I'm going to go pick it up on Monday. And I'm probably going to be placing my second tool order next week. Did I say that? So it's Epilobium augustifolium. Yeah, you're right. I predict the weather will be 50% chance of warm, 50% of cold, and I'm always right. Well, if you really want to be right, you can say with a chance of sun, rain, and ice. And you have all of it. And you can't go wrong. I started maple sap collecting on a very small scale already, but yes, we have fall, spring, second wind. Yeah, we have all of it, like mid-season, it seems like Mother Nature is like lost, but I think we're just being too rushed to start our season. Hello, hello. Fireweed, thank you. I found mine on a different website. It's a French website, but he says he found the seeds there. Gardenia.net plant. Da, da, da. Yeah, I think in English that's what it's called. But in French, it's Epilobium augustifolium. My Latin is rusted. Out of 2.5 gallons of syrup I collected last spring, I still nice. I'm out. I have 2 maple sap trees, very old trees. Um, I normally tap 3, 4. I think they're 1 gallon. So I have like 3 gallon buckets, like 3 times 1 gallon. Sorry, and I don't think I tapped my second tree last year. But I get like maybe 4 or 6 500 ml jars of maple sap. That Remy guy sending you messages. Yeah, and it had to be as soon as I was putting my phone onto the screen. Shed Wars requires you to give me all you have left from last year and tap again. Nice. Okay, so we did find it. Nice. All I know is fireweed is invasive. So whenever you decide to sow it, wherever you want to sow it, be prepared that the year after you transplant them or sow them, they're like mint, but they're beautiful. We're already in competition, Tracy. How many trees did you tap? That's not for me. Sounds good. I'm excited. The online orders put me. Yeah, they do. It's like Christmas all over again, but like adult version. Well, I missed the part about you looking for those seeds, but the link for all the kinds of. Yes. Yeah, well, I kind of online checked my phone because I was obsessed finding information and where I found them. I've never found the actual plant in the store. But if I do, I think I'm going to, now that I know the name in French, I think I'm going to specifically go to local nurseries and ask for that because obviously it's in French. And when I ask for fireweed, they're like looking at me like I'm crazy. I forget, I think it was like 25 trees, a little over 130-ish gallons of sap. Yeah, it takes a lot of sap to create 1 liter. It's 4 to 40 liters of sap to create 1 liter of syrup, I think, or something like that. So it takes a lot of that maple sap to create just 1 liter of maple syrup. But it's like so good. And every time I do this, I keep wondering, how did someone come up with this idea? Like, they tapped the tree, found liquid out of it. How did they figure out by boiling it, it became like this super sugary, delicious tasting thing? So yeah, it's 40 to 1. Awesome. I did butter one year, maple butter. So I had one that passed the temperature. That was amazing. I don't even think it lasted 2 days. Like, I was like, it was really good, but it does take a lot, and I can only imagine how much it takes to do that. That when you put it on ice and you take a popsicle stick. In French, it's called la tire. I don't know how it's called in English, but I can only imagine how many liters it takes to make that. Isn't that sweet? I'm told that it's like, it tastes like water that has a little bit of maple in it, but there's a lot of nutrient in it. Like you could just strain it in, not toffee, not the candy, just before the candy. Uh, I lost my train of thoughts. But yeah, so you can just store like the strained water in your freezer and just drink it as is. I don't think it's toffee. Toffee usually is that hard candy. Another thing I'm like, my brain is like, what is it in English? What is it in English? Um, and it's Marilyn, what's zeer in English? Yeah, Sugar Shack. That's fun. Well, they're getting very expensive, like very, very, very expensive. Like last time I took my, I think I was pregnant with Cedric when last time I went. No, I only went with my two kids. It cost me a fortune. Like, I have eggs here, and what I do is I make. Yeah, okay, so it's taffy. I thought it was something else. I thought taffy was the candy. So I make my own Sugar Shack meal from the maple syrup I get. I try to find maple sausages, breakfast sausages. If I can make my own this year, it'd be nice. I do eggs and other fun stuff that I do. Pickled beets, pickled onions, and that meat pate that we eat. That's called croton. And we just have like this Sugar Shack meal at home with my family if they want to come. But usually that's what we do. Yeah, okay, so I'm learning something new. I thought taffy was the hard candy that you almost break your teeth on. Yeah, and we went with my parents all the time, and the ones that we went to were certified organic. So their eggs were organic and everything they were growing was organic. So we were paying way more. It was ridiculous. I think it was like $50 per adult and $20 per kids. Something like that. When I gave, like, I told my mom that I was going, and she made the deposit, and then she told me how much I owed her, and the amount she told me is literally ridiculous. So I took it out as an outing for fun because kids got to go on that horse ride in around the farm. There was animals on the site, so there was a lot of like adventure around the Sugar Shack. But I still find it like ridiculously expensive, and I would prefer doing it here so that I could cut down the cost and like splurge a little with like breakfast sausage I can find at the store and homemade pancakes, and have my parents over and use like half of that money and just splurge at home. But I know it's fun, the outing, but when you pay like 2-3 times more, it kind of goes, ugh. It's been years I did not go to Maple Shack. For us, it's like Cedric's been is 6. I haven't been at least in 6 years. Or maybe when Cedric was young. Cedric was born in February, so maybe I went when Cedric was just born. After that, I don't think I went. My friend Bill has a Sugar Shack, and if we visit, he puts me. Nice time. Exchange your time for having a free meal. Yes, yes, yes. Don't tempt me. Don't, because I will. I will buy seeds. I don't need more seeds. If I buy more, I'm gonna need to go buy a third box to organize my seeds, because I have 2 that are already full, and I have, at least if I would buy a third one, half of it is already filled. Yeah. Yeah, always need more seeds. Yeah, but the thing is I want to have seeds of stuff that I grow. So I'm trying to give out some seeds that I don't use as much, so that, let's just say that it takes me 2 to 5 years to get through a seed package. Well, then if I donate half of that package, it's going to take me 2 years, 3 years to use it, and then order a fresh set of seeds and split that cost in half. Yeah, I know, I know. You remember Remy? I think it was last year or the year before. I can't remember. You said, I don't need all those seeds. And then last year I saw you buying seeds and then going to Walmart, buying more seeds, going to your local wood store, a hardware store, more seeds, going to Canadian Tire, buying more seeds. And then at one point you're like, I think I'm an addict. And then you bought your first case of seeds like I have. And then I think you bought a second one. And at the moment, I think you already busted those 2 boxes. Some maybe in 20 years and some this year. Your 3 cases are full, so you have more seeds than I do. You have more seeds than I do. Isn't that crazy? It took you 1.5 years to reach my situation. I'm actually bringing my inventory down. Well, no, I shouldn't say it down. I should say I'm limiting my varieties. So I'm almost figuring out, like, beans and peas. I have figured out, like, the varieties that I enjoy. And that means now, instead of buying like a small package of like 25 seeds, I now buy a pound. And I have a provider bag of bean that's about this big. Yeah, I remember that, like that previous season. I normally go crazy with the 50% sale of MI Gardener at the end of the season. And last year there was loads of seed companies that were doing seed sales, and I was able to save a lot of money by doing that. So yes, good deals are good, but then your inventory goes up. That's something, Remy, and you have more seeds than Annie. No, it's not a competition. I probably could fill easily 3 cases, but I'm trying to behave. I'm trying to behave. But if one day I do get that dream of mine happening, I might need a dresser, like a 3-drawer dresser, and convert it into a seed inventory 3-drawer. I'm losing my English tonight. Like where you store your clothes, furniture, like a 3-drawer furniture. I might need that to keep my my seed inventory organized if I'm able to have access to land. That would be nice to have access to land. Like a 2-3 acre land. I would love more, but if I was given the opportunity of having 2-3 acres, it would be nice. It would be very nice. That, Marilyn, is precisely why you don't win. Do you have 20 kilo of wheat bought to sow them, Remy? I did not sow them yet. I'm actually looking for, I think it's barley or wheat to do fodder, or both. I know that where I used to buy my flour prior to the pandemic, I was able to buy it in 20 kilo. And if I can, I'm going to have an installation of fodder going on in the house. I do have some seeds that are not in my organizer, like peas, beans. They're not in my organizer because I would take, just for the provider pack, I can't even close one container. So I keep those aside. That's why I think later I'm gonna like have this kitchen island thing going on, like a desk, a standing desk, and they're gonna be drawers under. And two of the drawers will be my seeds, and then the top drawer being my sewing things, like my soil blockers and stuff like that. But I don't have the space here to do it. That's like why I am narrowing down my varieties, because it's fun to collect seeds, but I want to use them. Yes. Also, I want to find myself a good source of sunflower seed. I read that it's high. It's really good for the chickens. I have to read if I can give them to my ducks, because it's a good supplement to add to your feed. I have 25 pounds of hard wheat. Yeah, but that's for flour. So you're gonna grow wheat. Is that what you're saying? No, they don't. Like the bag of Provido beans I have don't fit. The bag of Golden Rush beans does not fit. My sugar and peas, they don't fit. My Alaska shelling peas does not fit. And I bought a big quantity of beets. I can't remember the variety. They don't fit anymore. So like they're on the side. Every time that I buy like big seeds, I have to rethink my system. This is why, like, if I am able to dream big and I have this seed room thing going on, I think like at least 3-4 drawer seed collection is going to be like upgraded to that, and have like this beautiful hand basket, woven basket, to bring my seed outside and bring them, expose them to the possible elements, forget them outside. There is the practical side of that picture box, that if you bring them outside and you close it, if it rains, they are protected. Uh, but knowing me, I leave them open, dirt goes in it, everything goes in it. I hope my grass seed germinates from the winter and comes nice. I hope so too. Grass is important if you have, especially if you have livestock. Grow it for flour and nice. It does take a lot to have flour if you bake like I do. We are planting a huge garden this year. I have an area just designated for sunflowers and pumpkins for beautiful farm. If you grow your sunflowers with your pumpkin patch, you're gonna have pollinators come, and every single plant will be pollinated. And if you want to actually make it even more fun, you can have peas, shelling peas, or soup peas, or what do you call them? Pole beans, and you can use your sunflower stalk as a like you put 4 or 6 seeds at the bottom of your sunflower, and you would be able to use that as a growing stick for your beans. And like your ground would be covered with the pumpkins. It's almost like the Three Sisters, but without the corn. You wouldn't have to worry about the weeds. And the sunflowers, I find I have my sunflowers are sacrificial. They have a specific. There's only one specific thing: is the birds and the squirrels and the buzzing friends have something to feed on, but they don't touch my garden. So every year I let them leave with the heads. Well, most of the heads. And as a gift, the year after, I have at least 200 sunflowers growing back year after year after year in like weird locations all over my property. I need to plant a lot of sunflowers. A medium bag of sunflower birds is um I don't remember. I haven't bought sunflower seeds in a while. Yeah, like an arch. It's beautiful. In the fall, when like the time is just perfect and the sun is like setting, it's almost romantic to think of it. Uh, Last time I took my sunflower seeds, black sunflower seeds, was out Walmart, and I think it was 1999. But that's like a long time ago. I love sunflowers. They actually remove contaminant from the soil. They bring in so many bumblebees, so many bees, so many good pollinators into your lot, and they create this like beautiful intimacy fence. Like I had a wall of sunflowers in front of my chickens and in front of my harvesting chicken area. We do raise some meat birds. And instead of creating a barrier for us to harvest them outside, like for not everyone seeing us, I had my raspberry and my sunflower in the prime of the season. They were making this perfect fence, and I did not need to hide ourselves. We were protected. Some of the sunflowers are almost 7 feet tall. So it's beautiful. It creates this beautiful intimacy fence, and it brings in so many good friends. Sacrificial plants. I know it sounds stupid, but it's necessary. Like, I have sacrificial plants to be massacred by beetles. Like, my raspberry plants are sacrificial. There are at almost the entry of my lot. So that means when the Japanese beetle comes on my land, they will massacre my raspberry plants, but they will not touch the rest of the garden. So it's like a barrier. Technically, if I wanted to be even like push that to the furthest, I would do like a hedge of raspberry plant right after our cars, like at the entry of the garden instead of midway. And they would not even go in the backyard. They would just, one of their favorite plants to massacre the Japanese beetle is raspberry plants. So I'm going to let them massacre those plants. And if I don't get anything out of them, well, it's okay because they're not going to massacre my garden. So sacrificial plants is a good way of keeping most of your crops safe from those critters. I will also be growing corn and the Three Sister style. All we need to bring is for sale will be straw bales. That's good. Worked good from fall to and spring. I like both, but the birds eat some grass seeds in spring and it made. Okay. I don't have that problem yet. I don't need a scarecrow here because I don't have an open field. If I have an open field, I probably will need to put a scarecrow. Thank you. Yes, do hit that like button. I have to step out. Have a great night. Have a great night. Thanks for popping in. I spread out some milky spore on my yard around the garden and haven't had a problem with Japanese beetles since. I only see Japanese beetles on my raspberry plants, and I go to war, literally, with them. As soon as I see one, like I know when they normally arrive, I go to war with them, and I have like this warm soapy water mixture, and I tap on each of the leaves, and I just leave them in buckets, and then my chickens love the snack after. And if I compare the first year I saw the Japanese beetle and then compare it to last year, the population around my garden has went down because I go at war with them for about 2-3 weeks. But now I added rose plants. Like I have what's William Banff roses. They're mini, mini roses. They're beautiful. And I transplanted them last year in my main garden, but they're before the raspberries. And my plant was massacred by the Japanese beetles. So I think I'm going to take my babies of raspberry plants and I'm going to create a hedge in front of my house so that they can let go my rose bushes, because I found out that at the end of the season, if I don't remove the rose, the dead rose, a rose hip is going to be created on my plant. I did not know that. I thought that it was only wild roses that would do rose hip. And I bought 5 plants last year. I gifted one to Annie from Mama Homemade, and then one on me died, so I have 3 left. And I was planning on doing a privacy hedge on one of the side of my house. And I thought it was only those plants that created rose hip. But then last year, after analyzing my William Bath rose bush plant, there was rose hips on it. And I checked, and technically I have to do like some more research. I think I would be able to eat them. Nice. My apple tree will probably not have apples for the next 10 years, 5-10 years, unless I buy a second tree, because my neighbor's tree fell. And my neighbor in front has a crabapple tree, but I did not have one apple this year. Well, last year. So I'm thinking that across the street, it's not close enough. So I have the option of buying like a dwarf apple tree. But I have a hard time investing in a tree that I might never eat out of. So I'm hoping that the little babies, there's shoots coming out of the ground from the main apple tree. I'm hoping that maybe this year or next year some apples will come out of it, or some blossom will come out of it, so that I can have a couple of apples. But they're Macintosh and they're not all that good. So I don't know. Milky spore is a bacteria type thing that kills grubs. I did not know that. Isn't it last year that a lot of apple trees lost most of their fruits because it froze and then the fruits fell? Or is that blueberries? There've been a rough time with the blueberry. No, I think it's the blueberries. They established fruits and then there was a frost and it killed most of the crop. I think those were blueberries. The crab apple tree is my neighbor in front. I don't think my immediate neighbor lost her tree. I don't think the neighbor after that has an apple tree. And the neighbor, like the 4th or 5th neighbor away from my house, they started a new housing, and when they do new housing, they tear down every single tree. So like you walk in my street and you have like these 50-year-old trees, and then you go in the street behind me, there's almost no trees. So if there was any wild apple trees in the new development, they took them down. I'm not sure what you mean. From the cheese making, I think the permaculture orchard used that for tree disease. I don't know. I still have a bunch of wildflower seeds. I'm going to plant some more, but it requires warmth and water. From what I understand, there's 2 methods of thinking for that. So I saw someone pass the rotoculture in their garden, like in the wildflower garden bed they wanted to do. Add some compost, and then just put the seeds there. And then winter came, and then when the snow thawed out, most of the flower seed popped out. And then I am seeing other people that just before the last frost, they put some compost down and then spread their seeds and have like this stratification thing going on. and the seeds come out. But I've never I had 2 wildflower seed package, and I just put them everywhere on an area that I wanted to create like this wild thing, but they never germinated. I think for apple it's 30 meters. Well, my neighbor is closer than 30 meters. It's across the street. I think so. Unless I go see her and I ask her if I can take cuttings and create crabapple tree future trees with that, because I saw Hickory Croft Farm do crabapple liqueur. I think it's crabapple liqueur, and it just sounds delicious. So maybe I can just go and get some cuttings or take a baby tree at the bottom, because I'm seeing at the bottom of my apple tree every year there's little babies around the trunk. Google said, where did that comment go? Google says milky spore is a rod-shaped bacterium responsible for disease called milky spores in the white grub of Jap beetles. Good idea. I will save some and try some for fall mint method. Well, like the fireweed earlier on, I had 2 things I could do. I could sow the seed in the fall or in the spring, so that they have that stratification going on, or do the cold stratification inside the house and start them from seeds. The package said that. Well, everything that's cold stratified and stuff like that, there's always like, you have to sow like way more than you need to make sure that it happens. Like the high bush cranberries, I cannot find any nurseries that has it, and that's why I am willing to risk to buy a 1-year stratification period in order to have high bush cranberries. But then I'll have the problem if I move within the next 3 years. I'll have to dig them up, pack them up in 3-gallon buckets, and bring them with me, and have that face of my husband going like this, because I'm moving live plants with me. But they're gonna feed us. Do they have their flowers at the same time? I don't know. I've never paid attention. If I am to do that, I would have to check crabapple when it's the best time to take some cuttings and see when they're flowering. But regardless, it would be fun to have cuttings. If ever I move, I would be able to bring crabapple with me. My husband would love me. The garden center told me there are enough wild apple trees on the hill here to pollinate my apples. Nice. Well, in the village I am, so the streets that are on, we have century-old homes, and then all around us is about, some of them is like 5 to 10 years old, and then a couple of streets on the other side of my house is like maybe 50-year-old houses, and most of them have no trees. So I don't think I have an apple tree near me at all. I did try something, and I have to look into it. I started 2 seeds. It's my favorite apple, and I forgot the name. And you have to graph it. I spoke about this in a prior live. It's not gala, it's Honeycrisp. So I sowed 3 seeds. 2 of the seeds germinated, and it's starting to create something. I have no idea what to do. So I'm gonna up pot them, obviously, but I would need to learn how to graft them if I get them to maturity. I have to find some pear trees and take pollen samples on Q-tips, pollinate the flowers. I would love to have Bartlett pear trees. I would love. Like, literally. It would be nice. Well, it is my last name. Pear tree. It would be fun. I think that everyone, when you move in your new home, regardless if the home is brand new, especially if the house is brand new, let's just say that you get your house built. The city should provide you with a choice: a nut tree, a fruit tree, or maple sap. Like, you could choose, and then you would have like a ticket to go to a local nursery, like a gift certificate to go buy a tree and to plant it in your backyard. Every time you buy a home, even though your home is 50 years old, you let's just say there's already a apple tree on your land, you could buy raspberry plants or blueberry plants, like to have something else than like useless grass. Unless I'm saying useless grass, unless you have paddocks or you have like animals that need the grass. But if you just have grass for grass, I find it's like more useful to have raspberry plants or apple trees than just grass. You have a place to read a book when you have an apple tree. You are connected to so many buzzing thing. Yes, it could be dangerous. I do know a lot of people that do not want apple trees or any fruit trees because they don't pick up the fruits off the ground. And then they have like this infestation of bees and they hate it. But the only thing they need to do is pick up the apples and eat them. But there's always going to be someone that does not like the idea. Honeycrisp is awesome for applesauce. Yes. I love to do apple crisp with maple syrup. I have 3 pear trees and only one is flowering right now. Fingers crossed at least another will flower this year. I know they're finicky. My father has one, and I think over the years he only had like a couple of pears. But the way that it's positioned, like the squirrels have like a first pick. Like as soon as a pear comes out, the chipmunks or anything very small can go pick them up. But you need a certain amount of males and females to make it work. I don't get why people think you need to graft them. We have plenty of wild apple trees producing. Okay, so the Honeycrisp needs to be grafted. I don't remember why, but I went to a apple picking place and she was saying she was having a lot of hard time with her Honeycrisp, and I said I want to buy a tree. She said they're very good, but like there's a disease that was introduced, so she had to cut them down. And I started asking questions: if I save the seeds, sow the seeds, and like get it to being an apple tree. And then she says those are hybrids and they need to be grafted. And then she explained to me why, but I can't remember why. Don't remember why you need to graft it to another tree. If someone knows, please let me know. Yes. But can you imagine? I have 15,000 square feet. I have 2 maple sap trees. I have an apple tree. And the rest are not like producing anything. They're more like decorative. But now when you build, they destroy everything. And they are only given 2,000 to 3,000 square feet. So let's just say that you have 2,000 square feet. That includes your house. So when you have less than 5,000 square feet, you can't have an orchard because it's going to take your entire yard. Like when you know those 2 houses that are attached together and you have like this miniature backyard, in, like, you have this like miniature pool going on and you put a tree, well, it's going to shade out the swimming pool, so you end up not getting any trees. But you're absolutely right. It's for having the apple you want, Remy, and the ones we want are often fragile species. They need the root system of a more solid species. Okay, so this is probably why the Honeycrisp needs to be grafted. Golden Delicious is also good. I do not have wild apple trees here. Well, I haven't seen any. It can also be someone sowed a golden. This is fun sometimes. Someone transplanted a golden delicious, and then something ate the apple. The seed was in his digestive system, and then the droppings on the ground. And the year after, an apple tree was born. And then, if it had the space, it blossomed and created a wild apple tree. There's a lot of raspberries and strawberries and wild blueberries that are spread this way, like with the droppings of animals, because they don't digest the seeds. And the fact that they are in droppings, they are naturally being fertilized. I'm not. It's not wild enough. I don't know. I think Honeycrisp is a hybrid. So if I took the seed of a hybrid, I might not even get a Honeycrisp. Thinking of that. Uh-oh. I hope it's not a hybrid. There are a lot of abandoned apple orchards up here in the hill. I always want to prune the trees, but then if someone gets to the apples before me, it's a lot of work for nothing. True. I will flip my leaf pile after thawing first time ever in about 5 years since I started it. Well, if you left your leaves for 5 years, you're going to have like this beautiful compost going on. I'm sure a lot of birds and a lot of squirrels and raccoons and wildlife eat berry plants or apple and bring it somewhere else. I'm sure of it. Like my wild black raspberry plants, there's canes. So the canes goes like this, and if I put the cane in the soil, the cane creates another plant. But let's just say that a bird eats one of the black raspberries and poops right at the bottom of the tree after eating it. I'm going to have like maybe 20 seeds in one berry, or let's just say worst case scenario 10, 15 seeds. You're at least going to have 2 or 3 plants out of that little raspberry that's on the ground. Because there's a lot of seeds on a raspberry or strawberry. Well, you know what to do. Better open that back house again. There's a place on the beach where there's Saskatoon. I'm so sad. I saw Saskatoon Berry on the Incredible Seed Company and I want to order them, but they're back order. So Saskatoon berries is even hardier than blueberry plants. So here I might convert to Haskaps and Saskatoon berries. And then if one day I can establish a blueberry patch, I would like order like at least younger plants, but in bulk, so that I can establish blueberry plants because I love blueberries. If you think about it, Remy, this year, and you see cuttings of a Saskatoon berry, wink, wink, bring some at the convention. Blueberries, strawberries, raspberries, and rose trees. Same thing with wild rose bush. Like, I want to propagate the ones that I have so I can have a fence with them or put them in front of my house. I'm hesitant between put them in front of my house because I have a yellow bush rose that I transplanted last year, and like add that in the middle of all of it, like only have like rose bushes, like wild and stuff like that in front of my house, and add some sunflowers or fireweed or something like that. I've been here for 5 years, and my front garden, like my front, it's not really a garden bed, but it's like the landscape in front of my house. I haven't done it, and it's huge. It would bring so much beauty to my house, but I've never took the time to do it. So I might end up putting my 3 rose bushes there. It would like fill up the front of the balcony and bringing probably even more buzzing friends and butterflies. They say it's because the seagulls that land. Yeah, probably. Yes, super beautiful compost I've dug in. Nice. I actually use my leaf as a row cover for my garlic, and it decomposes in the spring. And all I have to do is, as soon as I see those little garlic cloves pop out, I just like spread just a little bit the leaves, and I just leave the leaves there. And by the time I harvest my garlic, the leaves are all gone. So I kind of nourish my soil with those leaves. Oh my god, Marilyn. Food forest. I would love that. Establish like an arch, like a harbor with some good grapes, and have like a bench, and like, honey, I'm going with a glass of wine and my book outside, and I'm going to have a snack, asparagus, some berries, and like, you know, I'll come back in a couple of hours. I'll bring the bottle of wine with me. That would be fun. That would be fun. But food forests are long to establish, but they're well worth the investment. I did not put it there myself. Okay, so someone put it there. Wink, wink. Hello, Dave. How are you? I know you're busy in the greenhouse. Are you talking about wood chipper or something else? Hello, Rebecca. 95 subs is not for Dave? If that's the case, congratulations. I am cleaned up, but maybe more iced. Yeah. Temperatures are like up and down, up and down, up and down. I'll bring an empty. Well, I've always thought if I would plant a bottle of wine, maybe like a wine tree will, establish, but never worked. It'd be fun. It'd be fun. We invested in a wood chipper, I think the first summer we were here. Uh-oh, my battery's dead. Hold on. Why is I didn't plug my computer. I'll be back. Almost a boo-boo happened. So we invested. My husband went almost to Quebec City to pick it up, and it was one of the best investment we made instead of those cheap ones at the Canadian Tire. So we bought one used at Canadian, like the one from the Canadian Tire, and we quickly realized that it was not for what we wanted to do. It was like more for leaves and small, like small pieces of wood. But what we were cutting or chopping, or when we're doing our hedges, we needed a more powerful one, and we invested in a wood chipper, and it was one of the best investment we made. We only had to buy a replacement part. It's amazing. Like, if I could get my husband to chip at least once a week, my my rows would all be done. My We want to make like a path, like, those romantic thing going on with those what do you call it, those lights. It's not electrical, it's solar powered lights, and like have like this solar thing going on so that the cats could probably maybe stop coming in my garden beds because there's lights. So we wanted to create this lovely thing going on, but I could not find someone that would deliver wood chips at an affordable price, because it seems I live in China. I don't know why. Everyone keeps saying, you live too far. We don't go in your area. We're going to have to charge you $100 for just delivery. So it seems I live in China for everyone. She didn't tell me what to hold on to. Okay, I'm not sure what you meant. I always imagine that bed larger if it's a bed. Okay, I'm missing something. Did I miss some comments? The wood chipper will work hard this spring and we will have a tons. I would love that we can, not last year, the year prior, we responded to a cut down our tree, leave with the tree, and we brought it back home and we chipped it. That year we had so much wood chip. It was so fun. I was able to put them in my garden bed, like in my garden rows, and like I had like limited weeds that year, but last year it was not possible. And I know I will not be able to do that this year, but next year, if I'm like, depending where life brings me, because like me and my husband keeps talking more and more about moving. So I might do a mushroom farm, either inside or outside. I don't know. That I would have to, that's going to be for maybe next year. I have a lot of stuff going on. So mushroom, I don't think it's a good idea. Oh, we don't have a big bed. We have a double bed. Yeah, I am in my bedroom, master bedroom, if you can call that a master bedroom. But we could not put a. We could probably put a queen size bed here, but it would be like very massive. But we always had double. We never had bigger than that. When you see the guys trimming the trees around the power lines, um, here's the thing. My town picks up those branches, they chip them, and then once a year, they give them for free. But they mix it with a powder. I don't know what powder. When I went to pick them up, I couldn't breathe. It's like if there was diatomaceous earth in it. You know when someone inhales too much diatomaceous, like it hurts here, and we coughed for almost a week. So everything that Hydro picks up, we have it's Hydro Quebec here for the power lines. They leave with it or give it to the town. So I would have to grab a company that's like doing a tree in my village and just ask him to dump it at my location. Last time I got a load dumped here, it was $90 with the travel. I'm guessing it's probably now double that because, everyone is dipping, everyone is charging more. So I'm guessing it's good. If ever I get it delivered, I would need at least two loads dumped so that I can really do what I wanted. Because since my pathways between my raised beds, like it start off like this and then my line goes like that. So I was able to tweak or cheat my garden beds for it to be as level as possible. But when I walk down those paths, like I start walking and then I go down. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to, at the end of the garden beds, I wanted to put like this stair or like old piece of wood, secure it, and then level out the path between the garden beds. And by doing that, I will no longer need to weed or pass the weed eater in those area, and at least I won't like every single year I don't pay attention where I put my feet sometimes, and then I'm in like it's like flat and then it goes like this. I always twist an ankle or little damages happen here and there. So I would love to at least level out those pathways this year, but I don't know if that's going to happen. I'm sure if we had a king size bed, we would get used to it. But every time we go to the hotel, like we went to the hotel in January, it was a king size bed. And like we're so used to sleeping, on the sides that like I could not reach for him. And I spent the entire night looking for him in the bed. I always thought he was like not there. So if ever we do upgrade, I think we're only going to upgrade to queen. But the more space we have in the bed, the more our kids will jump in the bed. So sometimes I have one kid with us and then Emilia comes or another one comes and says, oh, there's already someone. There's not space for two. But the bigger the bed, the more kids I'll probably have. So I think we're going to stay with the double. There's one thing for sure. Luna does not fit in this bed because we sleep with little Teal, the little dog, the Yorkshire, but we can't have Luna with us at all in the bed because like when her legs are spread out, she would probably take 3/4 of the bed. Like we would have to create her. I've seen this so many times. People like create this platform that the dog comes on like this, and then at the top is like a little bed so that the dog can sleep about at the same height as the human. So maybe we could do that for her, but right now she sleeps in her cage. I need a chipper for the back of the tractor. No, that would be nice. We don't have a tractor here. I think that the first thing my husband would buy, if ever we buy land, he's going to want a tractor with all the accessories. I know he would be a very happy doom if he had his tractor. We sleep in a king size bed, but use 30% of the bed because my girlfriend sleeps right next to me. Well, we've been married for 11 years together, I think for 13 years, and we always had double beds. So we've always we sleep either butt to butt or we cuddle, and there's not much space. So we always touch when we're sleeping either way that we're sleeping. So if we go bigger, we won't feel if like I only sleep on my left side and he can only sleep on his right side. So like at least our bum touches. If I know this is too much information, but at least at least we are able to feel the warmth of each other that way. But going bigger, I think we would spend more time searching for each other and think that the other one's gone. I am a queen, I think, all room in the world. Yeah, to the star! You know? Well, it's almost magic hour for me, and I'm so happy that I'm not hearing chaos downstairs. Luna is probably keeping them super busy. So next Thursday is my first training course with Luna, with our new dog. I'm not sure if you... I know there's a couple of new faces here, but we bought a new... we adopted a pup Luna is a Husky mix German Shepherd, and I'm going for her first course on Thursday, and it's from 8:30 to 9:30. And then I won't be able to do the live at 10. But if I do a live, it's probably going to be about half an hour, because after that, I have to bring Luna to the vet at lunchtime, and then I have to be back home for 2 to pick up my son. So if I don't have a live on Thursday, I'm so sorry. It's because I was not able to coordinate everything. So I have like a lot of appointments on Thursday. So if I do a live, it's gonna be a quick one. And if you have questions that you want me to answer, you can either write them here or in a specific video, and I will be able to answer them on Thursday if I do it on Thursday. Or if I can't, I'll do it on the next Thursday. I would have to check. I have so many appointments. No, Wednesday I can't. I'm bringing my son to the doctor. Like within the next, like the month of February and March, I have like so many appointments with the dog, my kids, the eyes, blah, blah, blah. So like I would be like, I'm all over the place. So I'm trying to not lose my mind with all of that. I'll see. It probably will work. Like I'm probably gonna be home around 10ish, 10:30ish, and then I could probably do 10:30 to 11:40. No, probably 10:30 to 11:15, and then I think the vet's about half an hour from my house. Yeah, I think I could do a 45-minute live on Thursday. Yeah, YouTube sometimes is weird. I was subbed to a couple of you guys in. Sometimes I would see you videos, I would click on them, interact with them, and then at one point I wasn't seeing the videos, and then I go back and it seems that YouTube unsubscribed me. So that would be a very, very long live, because well, no, actually I did say where I get my sewing calendar and about every plant that I sow. YouTube is playing with me, Hemi. So I'm going down in hours. But I think I went up today. Yesterday I went down. Today. Where am I today? Today I am missing 73 hours. But like it keeps going up, down, up, down. So it's going to keep me on my toes probably till the end. But being so close to that monetization option, every morning I check, and every night before I go to bed I check, and it's like, come on. So you guys that are watching my videos, commenting on my videos, doing thumbs up on my videos, or just like being here tonight chatting with me helps me tremendously. And I thought it was going really, really well last week, and then this week something happened. I don't know, in the algorithm, everything changed, and I thought it was going to happen tonight or like yesterday because of like the progress I was doing. But it seems that my journey to achieving that goal is not yet planned for me. I still have to learn to be patient, and it will happen. I know it will happen. It's just a question of when. And you guys will be all the second, well, maybe the third, because I probably will call my husband first. And you guys will know. If it does happen near a live, I'll make a live announcement. If it does not, I'll just do like a pop-up live announcement and let you guys know. Show you the actual like reachable, well, I don't know how you call it, but like that I have achieved that 4,000 hours that I needed. And then it's going to be the waiting game again to know if I am accepted by YouTube being monetized, because reaching that does not mean that YouTube will approve me. I don't think that I will be on their blacklist because, you know, I am a homesteading channel, but they have the last word. Yeah, you need to get to, it's a journey. It's a journey for me, it's a journey on a personal level, it's a journey for you guys. So it will happen. It will happen. I have an average of over 500. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on. I think YouTube is testing me. Testing me. I've been over 500 since, I think, at least a month. No, you guys have been watching my videos nonstop. Like I'm seeing the peaks and the lows. At least over a month. I know it went down in at the holidays, but like you guys were all, you know, at your in-laws and all of that, family gatherings. But then right after Christmas, it picked back up. So at least 2 months that it's been over 500 average a month. But like I said, it's not meant to be today. It's meant to be another day. My 2-year anniversary is coming. I think it's March 6th. So maybe I'm being tested to be patient till March. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 days. We never know. We never know. At the point you are, what? At the point you are competing against, yeah. And I started doing lives January 2nd last year. And I had like question Q&As, and sometimes I would stay longer. So I'm in competition from last year, but it's okay. It's okay. It will happen. It will happen. Put tractor pulling and drag racing on your I don't have a tractor. Drag racing, I don't do that also, but thank you. Thank you for the tip. It's just, I need to be patient. I know this is the message that is required of me right now, and I will be patient because I know I have much to learn from all of this, and I still will have much to learn once I am monetized, because then if I want to keep and maintain that advantage, like there's still stuff that I need to do, and I still have much to share. So patience is the key at the moment. So you guys, I wish you have a fantastic Sunday night, a good week. And if I don't have the salary ready for you guys, because I'm not done editing, I might have another video, but there is a video going to be coming out on Tuesday. So everyone have a great week. Take care. Bye.